Saharatv, you're welcome back. When a president comes to office, he comes with a list of security concerns. There's a lot that the public eye does not see, but behind the scenes, there's a group of men and women who dedicate their lives to protecting the first family of the land. We are crossing over to Lagos, Nigeria right now to speak to a man who knows all about that. We are going to speak with Mr. Dennis Amachree, a Lagos-based security consultant and a former security detail to General Muhammadu Buhari. You're welcome to Saharatv, Mr. Amachree.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for making time with us, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so when a president comes into office, the detail that he used still stays and welcomes the next president. Is this the case?
No, that's not the case. When there is a new president, all the old details who have been working with the former president go back to headquarters. It actually happened to me when I worked with when I was part of the protective team in Durham Barracks, and when the present president-elect was overthrown in a coup, we all have to go back, and then a new set of details have to come for the new head of state.
I see. So what does it mean for the men and women who daily put their lives on the line to protect the first family? Do you feel in danger the whole time at all?
Well, you have to realize that it's a very, very dangerous job. But we are trained to handle it in the appropriate way. I could remember when I went in for my first training as a protective detail, many people were very, very scared, and a lot of people actually dropped out of the course, you know, because fundamentally, you are supposed to protect the life of the president. And if anybody take a shot at him, then you need to protect him either by taking him away out of danger, or you cover him with your own body to make sure that the bullet does not get to him.
More or less, you are signing away your life to protect another person. What kind of protective gear do you normally have, like protective gear? Because a lot of the time we see operatives like that and they look like everybody else. How do they dress? Can you tell us?
Yeah, maybe one thing the public will not know is that, of course, most of the protective details are, you know, well armored. They're all wearing about level 4, you know, armored Kevlar jackets that under their suits, so you feel they are normally dressed, but of course they are dressed to protect themselves too. In most cases, we also protect the president. You know, we give him things to wear so that if anybody tries to take a shot of him, we're making sure that doubly is not going to fall prey to it.
I see. So one thing we notice is that security is very broad. It's not just threats as in people who might want to take a shot at the president. It could even be over-enthusiastic, you know, fans, people who really love the president but have to be controlled so that they do not overwhelm the president or the head of state. How do you handle the two situations?
Well, one thing is that we are not just protecting him from danger. We're also protecting his reputation. We are protecting him from embarrassment. We are protecting him from overzealous persons. And one thing you have to realize is that it's not a matter of popularity. Some people just want to make a name, and some people are just crazy, what we call V-index subjects in our own language. They are crazy people that would like to be famous, and they feel that taking a shot at the president will automatically make them very famous.
I see.
So, yeah.
So I'm sure you have different ways that you handle people like that from the way you would handle somebody who's like a real threat, as in like an armed person, for instance?
Oh, definitely. Some of them are armed, some of them are not armed, but it runs through a whole gamut of occurrences where they could be friends, they could be fans, they could be supporters. That's why when a president goes into a crowd, you find out that the protective details are there to make sure that nobody, even, you know, some people would like to shake the president, okay? And then they will not let go, all right? Mm-hmm. And of course, we are trained to make sure that we release that handshake right away.
Without of course, causing disaffection for the president, I would assume.
Without even anybody knowing that this has happened.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay, so different heads of state come with different levels of security threats. Would you agree to this statement?
Well, the threats that face the president, I should say, are the same. There might be increased intensity to some of them, whereby some presidents are actually unpopular. And there are many people that will want to make sure that they get them out of the way. And some could be very, very popular. And some other crazy people, like I mentioned, would like to get them out of the way.
So how would you assess the security threat levels, if I can call it that, for, say, President Goodluck Jonathan as against President-elect Muhammadu Buhari?
Well, the kind of security threat that faced two of them could be different. And it is also time-specific and place-specific. You know, there might be places that Jonathan would go that the security have to be, you know, increased for him. And then there are places that he could go that it could be relaxed. But generally, there's a standard, you know, procedure for protecting the president. And that will be carried out for both of them, whether he's popular or not. Even if he's popular, there are situations where he could be hurt or killed. Like General Mohammed, we have history in Nigeria, actually, where General Mohammed was a very popular president, and he said he does not want any security details with him, and he will drive like the common man in the traffic, and he was shut down right in the traffic. Yeah, so, you know, these are things that you cannot say whether the threat is high or low. You can have a very popular guy, but one crazy guy can come and then turn the table.
So what you just brings something to mind. A few weeks ago, we read in the press that the president-elect said he was going to drive in an ordinary convoy. I mean, he was going to drive like every other person, stop at red lights and all of that.
Yeah.
How did you take that? Did you think he was serious?
I think that it was. I actually commented on it on Facebook when people were discussing it, and I call it a populist indiscretion. It's a populist indiscretion because, and that is not going to hold. If the president-elect give that kind of order to his protective details, he's just saying it because he's the president-elect. When he becomes president, that order is not going to hold because he will be protected, you know, against what he thinks. Yeah.
So you worked with General Muhammadu Buhari before when he was a military head of state. How did you relate to his security detail? Was it all business? Did he have a, you know, home side of him, like a family man kind of your relationship with his security detail?
Well, you see, the team at that time in Durham Barracks, when I was a protective detail, I was just coming out from cadet school, and we were all excited and now because this was a new job for me. And what we realized was that the head of state at that time, General Buhari himself, in the night, he usually do not sleep that much. He will come out and then walk around, come to the security post, sit down, talk to the security details there, and then find out what is going on in town. Because at that time, it was, there was the war against indiscipline that was going on, and everybody was very excited, and we're giving feedbacks. We're giving feedbacks, how people think about it, and they will sit down. He actually sits down, at the security post and discuss with the security details. So he's a very unassuming guy, a guy that wants to hear what people are feeling or trying to get feedback from the public, so to say.
I see. So now, the very final question, sir. The president also has his family who have to be protected. Does your operations cover his entire family? Where do you draw the line? Is his grandmother, for instance, protected?
Everybody's protected. Any family member that is directly related to him is going to be protected. And that will include, we are protecting them, for instance, against harm, embarrassment, and of course, kidnapping, because it's embarrassing if the president's mother is kidnapped, or his son is kidnapped, or his daughter is kidnapped. So there are details that are, sent to these family members that stay with them 24/7.
Which means if the son or the daughter, for instance, is going to school, there is a detail that goes with them to the school?
Definitely, especially if they are going to school, public school, even private schools. Wherever they are going, there will be a discrete security detail that is going to be with them.
Discrete, you said?
Discrete, yeah.
It doesn't have to be all horns blaring and all of that.
Nobody is going to, carry a gun or, an exposed gun or stuff like that. But you see the security Secret Service guys, in their suits, well armed, and around. They are usually around.
At a safe distance, I believe.
Safe and very close distance.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. But before we go, finally, though, I said finally before I apologize. Can I ask you what advice you have for the president, the incoming president's security detail?
You mean for the president or for his details?
For the details, sir.
Well, the details are going to be trained. That is standard. In fact, I know personally that the ones that are posted to him right now are undergoing serious training, and they will continue training. It's not that you get trained and you get there. If you're posted to the presidential villa, it's a group of protective details. There is a set that are with the president at all times for a period of time, maybe 2 weeks, and then they withdraw. Then a new set go in there to protect him. Those who withdraw go back into training, and that's how it works. So they will be retrained and retrained, given different kinds of scenarios of the normal threats that would come out, and they will be up to their responsibility.
We really appreciate your time on Saharatv, Mr. Dennis Amachree. You were also awarded the Member of the Order of the Niger, and we congratulate you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Saharatv, stay tuned. There's more after this.